Alright guys, took off the entire top. Will's took off one of the lights just to give more room. This thing's junk. Got a crack in the bottom. Not quite sure how it got there. Assuming by just wear over time. Would have been setting. This could have done it. But yeah, this could have done it. Yeah. I don't know. Well, we're gonna vacuum it out and tape it up. But it's been broken for a while. It's gotten water in it and stuff like that. This radiator's loose right now. We got one hose out. Leaked everywhere, all over the floor. Awesome. Getting closer and closer to the belts. Will's taking off the last hose and the fan switches. There's my battery. It's an Energizer. I didn't really know it's an Energizer, but guess it is. Cool. Yeah, so we're just working on it. I'm gonna take out this light. There's my reservoir for enter the light for fluid. So yep. We gotta take this out, take the radiator out to get to the belts. Once we get to the belts, we'll take a next movie. And now we got the front of my car over there. We got the metal cover. What else do we have off? We have the light off. I showed you guys that. We got his gaskets, which we're gonna put in tomorrow, hopefully. And this thing just sits here, which I don't really like. These things are the only things that hold it steady, and it goes through the metal thing that goes across here. Sorry, it was these things goes across here. So, yep. Will's having a fun time over there. Laughing at this stuff.
All these hoses are just
full of fluid.
Hoses are just stuck on everything. It's so difficult to get anything off.
Everything's been dry rotted and melted to each other. So
and it's all stock too, so.
Yeah, I'm tempted to I can't because of Christmas, but I want to spend my paycheck and replace all these hoses because they need it. Kind of bad. Did you get the hose off?
No, this clamp doesn't want to move over where it's been sitting in its groove for the past 25 years. More or less.
I know what we're going to do when we have the Chevelle.
Oh, man.
That's really heavy stuff. Leaked all the way down there to the bottom. Like, you see that little reflection right there? Yeah, that's a fluid. So this block is made to look bigger than what it is for sure, because down at the bottom, it's nothing special. It's really tiny actually. Top, it looks somewhat bigger. You know, it kind of fills up the space. Yeah, it's nothing to be really proud of. Yeah, it gets up there pretty good, but. So yeah, we'll come back in here in a couple minutes. Alright, we just got the radiator out. It's over there. It's pretty dirty and pretty jacked up. Got scrap all over in it. I'm going to use Carby cleaner because it surprisingly does better than engine degreaser and clean off all this part right here. So after that, we're just going to take the belt off and replace the belt. That's a crankshaft wheel. If you can see that, that's chunks. It's not solid at all anymore. Alright, let's get engine greasers. This is well anyways, what we have to do, and we'll show you once we're done, but what we have to do is loosen this bolt. This is like the tensioner. We take that out until this wheel's nice and loose. The belt will just fall right off because there's not a lot of tension. Put the new belt on right over there and make sure it all sits down right. Tighten it up so it gets really good tension, and it should help clean up this power steering. Should. And there's time cover and all that crap. If the power steering goes out in this car, I really don't care as long as it doesn't smoke and parts don't come out. But you can see this fluid right now. It's got black all over it, partially because I sprayed this stuff and it's dripping down, but that's pretty dang dirty nastiness. So it's a good thing we're doing this as it is. We're going to take a run up to AutoZone again to get some more fluid. So, see you in a few. Alrighty. Just took this out, ran a hose through it, flushed it out. There's a hose, a big thick hose on this side, and then there's that big hose right there. We ran water through that hose, all of it came out the other hose. Make sure it all drain out. You wash out the front of it. I'm going to take a vacuum to it eventually, just to get all the nastiness. Replace the belt, which, for all you people out there, this is a Dayco polycog belt. Right there, there's a little bolt sticking out right here. That's the tensioner, basically. You loosen this bolt, and then this wheel just comes loose and the belt will come off. Then once it's off all the way, your other belt will be stretched, the new belt won't. So you gotta very snugly over put it there and have a friend tighten it while you're holding it. By the way, you gotta have a friend doing jobs like this. You'll kill yourself if you don't. This is brand new, and we used Preston belt dressing. We used engine degreaser on the parts first, and throttle cleaner on some really deep, grimy parts, because you just spray it on there and it's done. You got work towels so Will's dad doesn't get really mad. And you'll probably need about 2 gallons radiator fluid once you're all done. What you have to do is pour it into this one when you're adding a radiator fluid to the radiator, since Dodge doesn't know how to make radiator caps. Well, anyways, just to show you, this is the old belt. It has a bunch of chunks missing out of it. A lot of chunks. Dry rot. It's very, very, very thin. This would probably have lasted me another month tops. And, you can see it's pretty dry rotted out. So, we replace it with a new one. This one's really thick. It's about that thick compared to this one. That's about this thick. Really less. It's noticeably different. And all the grooves are made. So, we just did that. Tomorrow, Will's not going to be here tomorrow. He's going up to Dayton for family crap. And I'm going to replace the power steering fluid, which what you do, from what I understand, there's the 2 rack and pinions in the back, and you can see that one there, and then there's another one over here. You can't really see it, but it's right where my finger's pointing at. You unscrew those. I'm fairly certain you turn on the car. I'm not sure about that. You might not, but anyways, you turn the wheel all the way to the left and all the way to the right, and it will eventually drain out all the fluid. You replace all the fluid. Now, I'll probably still use a little bit of this Lucas treatment stuff, because it's supposed to stop leaks, and I think mine's leaking out somewhere. But first I'm going to run a power steering fluid through it again and flush it out. And Will's tightening everything back on so we can get this radiator back in and all running tight. We're going to put petroleum jelly on all the connections just to make sure that everything's getting a good connection. At first the connection won't be strong, but once it breaks in, it will do better than what it would have done before. And we're going to send you another video once it's all done and put back together. There's a lot of things you have to take apart, a lot of things. There's so many hoses, there's so many everything that I don't really have time to show each and every step. But if you know how to take bolts apart and find where the bolts are attached, you'll do fine. The lights are easy, so yeah, radiator's back in. You gotta just put everything back together. See you in a few.